Michael, Dev, Manny, Early, and Ooze. Sorry, y'all, for the late start. Just want to make sure my guys is in here before we get the show started, y'all. There's no, we got to make sure the team is available. So that's all. I'm trying to make sure the guys is here. But, fellas, we a few days away from the Super Bowl, so obviously we're going to talk about some Super Bowl stuff. But before we get into that, we also need to talk about the draft because we're 3 months away from the draft. Combine is in about 2 months and a month from now. So obviously both the East-West Shrine game and then obviously the recent Senior Bowl took place. So prospects right now are at a high. And I just want to set the tone with my biggest winner. I said it on Press Box yesterday, but for those who weren't on the show or didn't see, some of y'all, maybe one of y'all didn't see, but I had said earlier on the Press Box that I low-key would take Spencer Rattler over J.J. McCarthy. If anybody watched the Senior Bowl, the Reese Senior Bowl,
yeah, I did.
Spencer Rattler to me looked like he'd be worth a late first-round draft pick. Between that 20 to 32 range with the arm talent he has, I was very impressed by his senior.
He's always been good, though. He's always had the talent. We know this. We know that if you play high school football, you know Spencer Rattler's been that guy since he was at Penn. He's been that guy. He's been him when he was in Arizona. He's been ever since he was like arm talent always been there. The problem is sometimes the decision making. He did like his old line was the worst I've seen,
especially in
a long time
in the SEC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Facts, bro. That's so like him as an arm talent, I see Jordan Love, arm talent, like I see it in college. If you watch Jordan Love at Utah State, not mad at what you're saying. If you watch Jordan Love at Utah State, you watch him in the pocket, you watch the throws he was able to make. Mm-hmm. You can see that in Rattler a little bit. But
listen,
that's what I'm saying.
If you look at it like this, if you look at it like this, Manny, if you notice, look at the quarterbacks that are starting in the NFL, bro. They come from all over, bro. Quarterback is such a weird position because you really don't know who got the it factor or who don't got the it factor. Like for example, like Brock Purdy, Iowa State. You know what I'm saying? You look at Josh Allen, Wyoming, Lamar Jackson, Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a spectrum of the quarterbacks. Like, listen, the first good Ohio State quarterback we've gotten in the league for real was C.J. Stroud. Right. So it's like the where you find your quarterbacks, it could be
LSU,
really
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow as well. Yeah, Joe Burrow.
Respect Fields, please.
Jordan Love on Utah State, Justin Fields as well. But I'm just saying that. Yeah. I'm just saying, in general. So, I don't know. I definitely.
That's why you shouldn't helmet. That's why you don't helmet scout.
So, facts. I was gonna add on. I totally agree with both of y'all. The first round grade. I don't know if I'll definitively say that right now. I want to see more of Rattler during the season because I didn't watch all of his film during the season, but I did watch the Senior Bowl tape. And what I did like, I don't know, I just like when Spencer Rattler came in, I remember, and he was obviously super highly touted. I think he was the number one quarterback in the class. And I think for some guys, they don't come in and flourish right away. I think Rattler had to deal with some, maturity issues early. And I think a lot of that had to do with expectations that may have been unfair due to the fact that he was number one in his class when there were other quarterbacks. And I think now he's shown, is this his third program or is his second program in his college career? But either way, he's shown that he can like switch and that he can like redefine himself as a player even when bad stuff happened early in his career. And I always like quarterbacks that do that in college because it shows me growth. So that's specifically why I like Rattler. And he's not just like this dude who's just like only good off from shorty. Like he has really good talent. As we've seen, like his arm talent has always been a thing. Now he's really become like a quarterback because I feel like at Oklahoma there was just problems with kind of like everything, and now he just has like answered a lot of those things. So I like him.
Go ahead, Hellfire.
Okay, so my winner from the Senior Bowl specifically is not Rattler. My winner is the official new CB1 of this class in Quinyon Mitchell. So the thing that was missing in his tape was the
competition,
press man coverage.
Oh no, I was going to say the ability to press.
Yeah.
Okay.
he showed that ability to press. I know the competition tax is probably going to hit him a little bit to some people, but that's just it's about not helmet scouting. The man has it all: the athleticism, the zone coverage ability, his physicality as a corner, the ball hawking skills. Like the man is him in that position. And then also from the Shrine Bowl, there's a couple because I did see that too. Frank Gore Jr. from Southern Miss, D2 now, based off of that. And then there is the safety from Texas Tech that showed out too.
Yeah.
I forget his name off the top of my head, but yeah, he showed out really well. Yeah. And then Malik Washington too. He models his game off of the man that Ooze thinks for some reason was a slot receiver in Steve Smith Sr.
All right, you don't gotta drag it.
But my winner of the draft, my winner of the Senior Bowl's Lam McConkey.
Let me
tell you something. Let me know, because I'm gonna tell you something right now.
No, my bad, Manny.
I don't care what you're talking about. That boy could be Cooper Kupp 2.0. Like you put him in the slot, route running wise. Not to go to that extent. That would be his.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
That would be his ceiling. That would be his ceiling. That would be his highest ceiling. Yeah, but
Cooper Kupp 2.0.
He wouldn't be better. I understand y'all 2.0 means better. Y'all when y'all say 2.0, y'all mean better. When I mean
he a Georgia boy now. Don't play with
like he's in I mean a version of him.
I like Lam McConkey. He's nice.
Okay.
He's dead nice.
You line him up in the slot. I think he can win any match one-on-one. He's like that. He proved that he's one of the best route runners in the country. You know, and he got hands. So I like that.
He has top route runner in the draft class for sure. But I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna just again because he's rose in the draft in my opinion to where he's in the conversation for a top 2 corner in this draft. Quinyon Mitchell, bro, for Toledo. He has great size, great athleticism. His ball skills are amazing. He's great at getting in and out of his breaks. Like Manny and Hellfire was saying, he's shown that he could play press on some of the more shiftier receivers in this draft class. So I just think I already have my eyes on him because I was hoping my Eagles could get him in the late first round, hopefully with our pick. I don't even think that's going to be able to happen anymore because of the season that man has now. Like, I think that man does shown that he's probably just as good as guys like the Kool-Aids, the Terrions, and those top corners, and the Cooper DeJeans, and those top corners of the draft class. At least maybe not right now.
Somebody just asked, would you take him over Cooper
I'm
DeJean?
taking him over.
Yes.
It's a tough decision, dude. Because
I think the G's floor is better right now, but the ceiling is better.
I don't think the Gene's gonna play corner in the NFL.
Why not? Why not?
He's gonna play safety.
Stop.
You know that, Trent.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Y'all just.
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all saying that because he's white. He has to play.
I'm not saying that because he's white. I'm saying that because he's big as hell. He's big as hell. And he a great tackler in open space.
Y'all really saying that because he's white.
One of the best athletes in the draft.
Okay, so I can put him at corner. I don't care.
I want you to understand that.
Right.
The best athletes on your field.
But I'm taking the
corner.
I'm taking
corner.
Yeah, he's got to play corner.
I'm gonna apologize to Manny.
Cooper DeJean has elite athleticism, bro. He's playing corner in the NFL. He's an
NFL
corner, bro.
And he got elite, and I think his ball skills are very good. And I think his zones.
I had Kool-Aid and Terrion over.
I was going to say Kool-Aid. I like Kool-Aid too.
No, I really like Terrion. Terrion really
I think
better.
Terrion to me Terrion's the best corner in the draft.
Okay. I like Nate Wiggins.
One person that surprised me too.
Nate Wiggins tough.
Like
he's good. He's good.
He went to my
one at a time. Not talking over each other. Go ahead.
Another receiver I wanted to say too that like surprised me just a little bit because I had a lot of questions about him was Roman Wilson. I seen he made some good catches, got some separation off these DBs. He made some good plays in my opinion. He's shown that he can maybe have some potential to be somewhat decent in the league. And I didn't think he was even valid at all before that.
Okay, go ahead, Dev.
Oh, one of my risers. This is a homer pick because he is my cousin, but he played really good. Javon Baker from UCF. He sold his little Keenan. He sold his Keenan. He played like Keenan. And he's like little bit Keenan Allen. He's not the fastest guy. I'm faster than him always. He's not the fastest guy, but he's 6'1", big. He can contest it. Yeah, I'm a whole college.
I'm playing Dev. No.
Let me get right. He's 6'1", and he showed his ability to be physical and make the contested catches. His route running will look really crisp. So when it eats around the deep ball, the intermediate routes, he looked like he'd be a Z. Is it called what's called a Z receiver, Gerald? On the other side. No. Yeah. I got him the outside receiver, the Z. Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell always been high on him. Like what Hellfire said, I thought he was a top 5 corner. I think he's gonna be a steal. I think he might go to. I think the Eagles need to draft him. The Eagles or
I don't know if we can.
Or the 49ers if he just falls that low. Loser, I'm gonna go be different because I'm gonna go for the offensive lineman. I think he's from Houston. Oklahoma.
He's from Tyler Guyton.
Yeah, Tyler Guyton.
Yeah,
I think he's a little bit of a loser. He didn't perform the best. He's still gonna go high, but he's still. I think he kind of went lower. I think a guy from Duke stock might go ahead of him. They got from Duke, and your boy he go ahead of him as well. His name Patrick. What's his name? Yeah, I think he's gonna go ahead of Tyler Guyton now. And another loser. I think we talked about it. Tez, the dude from UNC, he was dropping passes, looking gimmies.
I think Tez
had him. But I think he's not going to go back up. I think he's not going to go back up in the combine and pro day.
I don't think he tried.
Let him finish. Let him finish, please. Go ahead.
He's a loser for that. He is a loser for that day because I think I believe in him. I think he's not going to go back up in the meantime. And Ladd McConkey, he's different. He's different.
Go ahead, Trent. Oh wait, go ahead.
Of course, we talked about it yesterday, but I didn't bring this one up because in the beginning of the season, he had a lot of hype going into the season, but through the season and the Senior Bowl, he's starting to drop a lot. J-Rock, your boy Kalen King.
Oh my God,
he was on a lot of he had a lot of low lights on the Senior Bowl this weekend. I ain't gonna lie.
He didn't perform well.
Yeah, he was on a lot of people's low lights. So I still think Kalen King is nice. I think the narrative between them has definitely changed. What happened with the season? Because a lot of people were high on Kalen King, but now a lot of people think he's hella overrated. But I don't think that. But I think Kalen King still be good. But like his performance in the Senior Bowl was
he was CB2 coming into the season. It was him and Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it was him and Kool-Aid. You know what his comparison is? He was dead the Emeka Ibuka of corners.
That's what I think it's worse. I think it's worse.
Emeka Ibuka.
No, because Emeka Ibuka was wide receiver 2s beginning of the season, and then he not even wide receiver 5. Like
he might be wide receiver like 8.
Look at the quarterback.
He's staying. He's not even going.
I have a loser from the.
I was going to go in on. I was going to take my loser.
Senior Bowl.
I think he's lagging a little bit.
You lagging a little bit. Hellfire. Michael, go ahead, Michael. Hold on, Hellfire. Let Michael go.
I don't know if I'm going to steal yours. Who is yours, Hellfire?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go
ahead. I was going to say. We were talking.
Go ahead.
This is tough to say, but loser is Bo Nix. You just look straight up dog. You didn't even like. It's one thing to look not good. It's one thing to look. It was that bad. No, but I just wanted to see something from him. Like I wanted to see touch. I wanted to see stuff. Like I'm not even saying I go into the Senior Bowl screaming like, oh, I want to see plays that are gonna like translate to the NFL. But I want to see some touch. I want to see some footwork. I want to see stuff like that. And I didn't think Bo Nix performed at what I thought he could. And it scares me because I've always been worried about Bo Nix to the NFL, watching him at Oregon due to the fact that I feel like I don't know if he'll be able to hit the short and intermediate and like have enough zip on the ball. I don't know if he has enough arm talent. I don't know if his improvising will translate to the league, even though it has the best chance. That has the best chance. So for me, it's just questionable. Like if you perform well in the Senior Bowl and you did well in the combine, you had a chance to go late first. Early second. And like now it's just like comparison. No, but it's not because Brock Purdy was more talented as a passer coming in. Brock Purdy was who he was at Iowa State. No. Okay.
You're drunk.
Okay. You're drunk. Wait. Let me finish.
Bo Nix clears Brock Purdy in college.
No, but he could always throw, though. He could always throw. You can't tell me that Brock Purdy wasn't throwing it in Iowa State.
He could throw,
and that's not true. When he had Brees Hall, wasn't the thing about Brock Purdy? He did well junior year, and then
Brock Purdy at Iowa State was actually pretty.
I will say, Brock Purdy was Brock Purdy is the best quarterback to come out of the school.
You think he's better than Oregon?
Like,
you think he's better?
That's not. I mean, that may not be saying much, but you know what I'm saying? Like, his career at Iowa State is probably one of the best careers.
How good do you think Bo Nix is, man?
No, I think he's better than Brock Purdy.
Both of them was mid.
In college.
Neither was mid in college. I'm not going to. Brock Purdy
was mid in college, though. Brock Purdy, I don't think was mid in college.
Brock Purdy was good.
I watched Brock Purdy go
with
Jalen Hurts. And I want to go band for band with Jalen Hurts in college.
He went band for band with Joe Burrow.
That has nothing to do with
but we're not talking about that.
You said that's nothing to do with what we're talking about. You said that Bo Nix clears him, and we just saying
in college.
And I'm just saying I think as quarterback, the only difference if you took Brock Purdy and put him on that Oregon team, they will have the same level of team. I think the only difference between Brock Purdy and Bo Nix in college for their college careers is team and talent, bro.
So you think
that's what I was going to say, J-Rob. How is that not moving you?
Brock Purdy
was sitting in New York.
Here was Washington, and here was Oregon. Like the talent.
That's cool.
I'm not answering. I'm not saying talent. I didn't say anything about talent. Who's a better physical talent? What I'm saying to Manny is, if you took Brock Purdy and just inserted him into that offense, I truly don't think the production is different. I really don't. I saw Brock Purdy perform at a school with much lesser talent than what Bo Nix had to operate with at Oregon, bro.
I mean, I think he would still give me like 29-7. I just think when you say about his 2022 season, I think I kind of understand. But I think Bo Nix was wilding this year. He was
wilding.
He was playing phenomenal football. Like he was literally.
I said at Oregon. I'm talking because Michael brought up at Oregon. I don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I think Brock Purdy.
Oregon. You don't want to talk about Bo Nix at all. Bo was on what?
Bo was
on a tear, but he's also okay. But we can. I know, but like it's honestly, I don't think it's as bad as the comparisons you think it is. Because as much as you want to say that Bo Nix played better, I agree with that. But I do think that this Oregon team is very talented. Probably overall more talented than any team we've ever had. The only teams that can literally put a cake to these teams were the 2013 team and the 2011 team. I think we made to the championship, but those teams' defense sucked. Like 2011, you had Kiko Alonso. In 2013, you had I don't even know who you had. So it's like I think that and we had an offensive line, we had Powers Johnson, we had pieces, Troy Franklin. So I don't want to necessarily hear the fact that Bo Nix was playing at this great level compared to like Brock Purdy. Like Brock Purdy really had nothing compared to Bo Nix. He was at Iowa State. Brees Hall, he had 1 year and then he left, and then he had nothing. He had dirt. So that's the only thing I'm saying. Because there's a high
there's a definitely clear difference in talent, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's
a difference. Bo Nix is faster and stuff, but
Bo was making throws.
I don't know about Bo Nix's arm. That's the problem. That's just the problem. I don't know.
My question is this. Do y'all think? This is my question. Do you think Bo Nix will be able to throw in NFL windows?
Yes.
Not in the
intermediate.
Based off what you've seen at Oregon.
Yeah, I think he can. From this year.
I'm really just asking. I'm asking.
Yeah, I think from this year, because I think he had a definitely big improvement from his 2022 season to this last season he just had. So I'll say yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
he's definitely improved as a player for sure. So I think
the thing with Bo Nix is, I think the thing with Bo is for him, I think he's gonna be I think he has to sit behind a Stafford and sit with.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's gonna have to.
He's already almost 30, so I don't know how long he's gonna.
I think he got.
That's another thing.
Some of these quarterbacks gonna have to play. Bo got to play. Penix got to play because if Penix sit,
now
you go
I think Bo
have one bad year.
Bo could actually move though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Only
I'm saying these guys that's coming in like they're 23, 24, like you can't be
JJ the only one that can sit.
You taking away damn near you're in your prime already. Like you're about to be 25, 26. So you got to play already. So you can't. I don't think they can sit. I don't think.
JJ's the only one that can really sit for real because he's only
like
20 years old.
JJ's gonna be like
Caleb Williams, 21.
If you didn't reclassify with college for 7 years,
no, Caleb can't sit with the hype that's on him.
Man, Caleb can't sit.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, okay.
You're right. I mean,
the top 3 quarterbacks can't sit.
He was talking about it in terms of age. In terms of age.
In terms of age. I mean,
Jaden.
But J-Rob, I do want to highlight Spencer Rattler too, and like when it came to, I'm gonna take a quote from Hellfire when it comes like in between here. I think he has improved within this, like his mindset. Like you saw the interviews, he's a lot more mature because he was good his first year starting at Oklahoma. Then his second year, he was just kind of like playing superhero, being throwing anything. I think he's improving that a lot in South Carolina. And I think he's improved because he's always been talented. He always had an accuracy because people forget he was projected to be the number 1 overall pick. I forgot which year it was. I think it was either 19 or 20 or 21. One of those years he's projected to be.
Dude, he was highly touted.
But I think Spencer Rattler can go to a team like NOLA or go to a team like I don't know the Buccaneers. I think that would be a good fit for him and in that offense, and he could thrive in that. And I think he's improved a lot in his decision making because I think that's the only. That's in my opinion. That's the only thing. No. I'm not hating on Baker. I'm just the future. You know what I mean? I don't think Baker's the future. Baker's like the bridge right now. I think they need a future. It's kind of like the Jared Goff situation. Like Jared Goff.
They about to pay him. They about to pay him a calm 35 to 38.
You see what Daniel Jones get people? That's all they come out and say, bro.
Once.
I just want to see. I think the Buccaneers would just be a good fit for Spencer because of the weapons, the type of offense.
Yeah, I want
the Giants too, but then again, early he's a little bit too melanated for the Giants. If he was like one shade lighter, then they'll take him.
Y'all do know Spencer Rattler is like super duper light skin, right?
Wait, talking about. I know Spencer Rattler is like gotten better as a person. He's matured, but y'all want him in New York?
No,
like.
I wouldn't. Especially when that team's
he's mature, like the interviews that he's doing, like what J-Rob brought up, he's matured as a
that media.
But are y'all sure y'all want Spencer Rattler in New York?
That media is.
That's not a good choice for him, bro. That's not.
Can I go? Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Spencer Rattler better than Daniel Jones right now. I'll take him. Come through.
You can say that, but his. I don't want Spencer Rattler to
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Once I've seen, after getting the chance to see Jordan Love, Spencer Rattler remind me of Jordan Love, bro. Like when I scouted Jordan Love, he reminded me of Jordan Love. I can see the same comparison. And Jordan Love, I think, is better than Daniel Jones. So if I think Spencer Rattler could be Daniel Jones, I mean, I think DJ. I don't think Daniel Jones is very good at all. Actually, I think he's pretty bad. I think the playoff run was an anomaly. Yeah, I don't think he's very good. I think you get a Spencer Rattler. I think he'll be starting by week 6.
How old is Spencer? 23.
Damn, that is just like.
I just don't want to see Spencer Rattler have one bad game. He pull an Evan Neal. That's all I don't want to see. I don't want him to pull that, bro. So I can very likely see him pulling that.
Yo, you can listen. If nobody, obviously Spencer Rattler, because of what he did, and this is the great thing I love about this time of the year when it comes to the NFL, because really people be coming out of obscurity, like the corner from Toledo. I mean, everybody knew he was good, but the tape, when you see him against the best players in college football and he dominates, it propels you. And so Spencer Rattler, I think, coming into the season, probably guaranteed 4th, 5th round draft pick. Honestly, maybe later. Despite a bad offensive line in South Carolina, his talent still flashed all over the tape. And so I think when you go into a Senior Bowl and you're going against Michael Penix, Bo Nix, players who are alleged to be 1st round level guys, and you're by far the best quarterback amongst them, in that environment. And you got to also remember these games, you're only going to have so many reps. You may get 1 or 2, 3 drives to make an impression. So and some guys don't even play. You know, like some guys they just practice and then shut it down. So you get a few moments, and so I think Rattler has made a great case for himself. Listen, you don't know who values who. Listen, we saw Mitchell Trubisky, number 2 overall. I'll never forget that. You just don't know what somebody values somebody at.
Nah, what I was gonna say though, I think a lot of people are starting to pay attention more to these players now, like in the Senior Bowl and stuff now, because they seem they see Puka, they see Tank, they see all these dudes coming up that like people really don't get credit for coming out, and like they find them in the 3rd round, they find them in the 4th, they find them late. So I think people starting to pay attention now more on these guys.
Also, another thing with Spencer, I think he's situation then like. Let's say Bo Nix goes to a team. I think Spencer Rattler can end up being better than Bo Nix in the NFL because of the situation he might be in too. I feel like I can see him being drafted to a better team and him playing for them. Like, let's say we put Spencer, like I said, Spencer on the Saints, even though the Saints probably not a better situation or Bo Nix go to. I can see Spencer with that weapons of Olave, Kamara, and the other guys they got versus Bo Nix going to, I don't know, the Rams or wherever.
What about Pittsburgh?
You said that.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Bo Nix in Pittsburgh. I don't think I would have Rattler.
Bo Nix in Pittsburgh is over. If he goes to Pittsburgh, I swear it will be over. Especially like if they don't. No.
Over for who?
Bo Nix in Pittsburgh.
Bo Nix.
What do you mean?
Bo Nix in.
What do you mean, good or bad?
No, bad. I don't see it working because they don't.
You're bugging.
No. This is why. Wait. I understand, Manny. You love Bo Nix.
I don't love Bo Nix.
Personally, don't understand.
I don't love Bo Nix. I can't stand Bo Nix.
But how is that bugging? Because bro, their offense doesn't move me enough for you to bring in a guy like that. Like, dude, I'm not saying they suck on offense. I'm not saying they suck on offense. They have Jalen Warren, they have Najee, they have George Pickens, they have guys, but like you also need an offensive line. How good is their offensive line? Because if you think that Penix is just going to come here and be able to like improvise the level he was in college, no, exactly.
And Bo Nix is no better. He's no better than Trubisky.
But that's crazy. But that's why Bo Nix would be the better fit for the Steelers.
He's no better than Trubisky.
I can understand that. But personally, I just don't like that because I don't think there's enough there. If for Bo Nix, like I understand Bo Nix was bugging, but the dude is also 24, 25 years old. He's been in college for 6 years.
Joe Burrow's 25, 24.
He's been in college for 6 years.
Okay, so has other quarterbacks. Quarterbacks been good for. Quarterbacks have been there for mad long. You still have to.
Joe Burrow's the number 1 pick in 6 years.
The point bringing up just because he was bugging because he was old. That's dumb. But second,
no, I'm not saying it's all because he was old. He has talent. I'm saying that I don't know if he's going to come into a situation on offense where for the Viking, like a team like the Vikings, I like that for a quarterback because they have weapons that are like move me. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, right? He could work out in Pittsburgh. I'm not going to say he can't, but I'm going to personally say
the Pittsburgh Steelers are an organization. They have Mike Tomlin, who basically are contending for a playoff spot every year. They're always a game or
they do that. Yeah.
Being in the playoffs. If you're not telling me Bo Nix can't come in and be way better than Kenny Pickett, I'm sorry, you Chad.
Oh, he's way better than Pickett. I'm sorry.
You're lying.
What? He can make way better throws than Kenny Pickett.
So way better thrower than Kenny Pickett. And he's just as good, almost just as good as a runner.
Small hands.
So what are we? Are we really serious right now? Are we really about to say?
I think he's a better. He's a way better improviser.
Are we serious?
I'm just not sold, bro.
I'm just not moved.
But here's the
you don't have to be sold
on both.
You have to. One thing about me. One thing I've noticed. Go ahead.
The last thing I want to add is it's like the reason why I say it's not moving me is because like I am not as a GM, like especially in Pittsburgh, if I'm gonna draft Bo Nix, I'm not like moved with the fact that I'm gonna end up being in a better situation 5 years from now than where I am right now with Kenny Pickett. Because I personally, as much as Bo Nix did, I just don't see Bo Nix working out. I don't see him working out in the NFL. I'm not gonna pick a first round pick on Bo Nix.
Yeah,
I'm not. I think the one consistent because I didn't like Penix crazy either.
I think better than Daniel Jones.
I think the one thing I gotta realize too, I feel like with Bo Nix specifically, if you look at some of the best quarterbacks in football, even now, like I'll even say the 3 quarterbacks at the top, Jaden, May, and Caleb, I think they all have the opportunity to be really special because if you look at most of the quarterbacks in the league for real, most of their teams in college, bro, they were the impact player for their colleges, bro. When I look at Bo Nix, he went from Auburn where he was not really impactful to going to Oregon, where his situation where he got a bigger increase in talent and things of that nature. So what worries me about Bo Nix is if he can go, I don't care about the faces. I could give one fuck.
Yeah,
if you go to the NFL, they're going to ask him to be better or make the team better. I don't know if Bo Nix is going to the NFL and elevating these teams.
And this why
I don't see that.
But okay, even if
like, I don't give a damn if y'all make faces. Like,
but I'm saying, he came to Oregon. He was still the guy at Oregon. That's point blank simple. We're not about to say he wasn't the guy at Oregon.
He was the guy.
I'm not saying he was the guy, but what I'm saying is the biggest thing for me when I look at Bo Nix from Oregon to Auburn is just to me a leap in the talent level around him. And all I'm saying is when he gets to a certain school, I don't think he's elevating the team. Like if you're going to take him with a first round pick, that means you think he's going to change your team, right? But if I look in comparison to a Spencer Rattler, who was still able to perform with a line that's trash, I think that's actually in some ways a little bit more translatable to the league. Because you're not going to be in an ideal situation. So at the end of the day, I don't know if Bo Nix has shown me. To me, Bo Nix looks like he has to have a lot of things around him to succeed.
Well, I don't think, especially when Bo Nix
Wait, who do you think has higher floor?
It's not me calling him bad. I'm not calling him a bad player. I'm just saying.
Neither am I.
I don't agree with you. I'm not saying I think the only 3 quarterbacks for real, like Caleb, JD, and what's his name?
Was their eyes?
They the real playmakers like Bo.
Were their situations
Bo,
ideal?
Penix, they need a lot of stuff around them to be good in the NFL.
I agree with you, Trent.
Yeah, but you don't think Penix is a first round draft pick, right?
I don't. But here's the thing, though. I don't agree. If somebody reaches, because some of these teams, i.e. the Steelers, this is going to be the year they have to reach a quarterback. So if the Steelers reach and take Bo Nix, I'm not really going to be mad at it because they're in a dog water situation at quarterback. And they've all
I understand, but
they're QB away to be really for real, and I
agree with that. But the thing is, I think one of the other issues with the Steelers, and I hate to say this because this sounds dumb in my opinion, sounds kind of dumb, is like them being competitive with anybody kind of also kind of worked against them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is my only thing about selecting late round quarterbacks. Not too many like late first round quarterbacks really be hitting like that. I'm not going to lie. I can't really name you too many that I could think of in my memory bank. That's not named like Lamar Jackson. That didn't go. That maybe when did Rodgers go? Rodgers fell to what? What did he fall?
24.
So Rodgers is another one fell, but I don't think a lot of players who really fall out of that late first round. Like if I gotta set, because my question.
You mean from like 20 to 20?
I think Deshaun was in the teens. My thing is this: if I feel like I have to settle on Bo Nix as a first round draft pick because I can't get nothing else, then I'm not. I don't feel like I need to settle because then I'm gonna repeat the same cycle and be back in the same place. And so that's why I always say, if you're a team, I don't believe GMs need to do moves that they don't 100% in their heart feel like elevates them. Now they could be wrong. But if you're going back and forth at 23 to pick Bo Nix, go get best available.
Like most definitely because like the reason why you do that, like let's say you have a Quayon Mitchell, Nate Wiggins available at wherever the Steelers pick at 24, and Bo Nix available, and if you're a corner, because I know that corner is gonna be impactful, like no matter what, one of those corners is going to impact my team. And I can get a quarter, and I can probably get a Spencer or someone else in the round 2, someone like that. Let someone else reach on Bo Nix. That's why I think when I see when people say mocking my Falcons here, Bo Nix or Michael Penix, I kind of hate it because with the number 8 overall pick, that's kind of insane. When I can value at like a Malik Neighbors or a Dallas Turner.
I'll say, Dev. I think Atlanta's the second best destination for a quarterback in the draft.
Oh, easily.
Atlanta and Minnesota.
We're the best destination.
I can agree with that.
Number one.
No, I can agree with A-Stat. I want you to go, but I want to say one thing. So, Stat, I want you to go. I also want to say this from watching the Senior Bowl. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little disappointed about Michael Penix's performance. I think the signs kind of showed against Michigan a little bit. Some of the things that y'all told me y'all don't worry about. But that was the first instance. But I think in the Senior Bowl, that's when it got really like these are real concerns to me. Like after that, honestly, if I'm a GM, just personally speaking for myself, if your name isn't Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, or Drake May, I'm not taking a quarterback in the first round. And the only reason I think I've pushed back with y'all so much,
I agree with that.
Oh, JJ.
And I think that's how it's gonna go.
Again, the reason why I pushed back, the reason why I pushed back with those being first round level quarterbacks is just because I think you can get those guys in a second or third round. I don't think those are guys you have to.
So we all just out on Penix. We just out on him now.
No, I'm not out on him. I'm not out on him. I'm not out on him. But my whole point is I'm not out on him. But I will admit that if I'm a GM and I'm drafting between 22 and 32, and I had to take one of these quarterbacks late,
I'm taking him.
I'm taking Penix over. I'm taking Rattler because I think the translatable skills for the NFL, Manny, you keep telling me I'm drunk. I watched niggas in college who came out of losing schools who ain't winning
situations. Good, but he ain't better than JJ.
I'm drunk. Would love be win 7 or 6 games.
What did you see from JJ?
I see JJ. I see JJ making. Y'all told me JJ.
Like you kind of blowing mine. You keep blowing mine. You talking about I'm drunk.
If you believe in JJ McCarthy so much, why didn't his own team believe in him as much? Because when I watched most of their games, it was overrun. They barely went into the ball.
That's so bad. That's
so bad. But it's not even about that. This nigga acting like he don't know. He ain't been watching NFL drafts his whole life. You see quarterbacks. No, that's not my point. You seen quarterbacks who have not seen with lesser talent go in the first round. We've seen all types of quarterbacks with all types of different records in their school go in the first round. When you selecting quarterbacks, it's all relative to what you think the quarterback going to be. That's why you stoop so low to go take Mitchell Trubisky at number 2, or you go out your way to get Zach Wilson at number 2, or you take a risk and get a kid in Trey Lance who only played 19 college games and you take him 3rd overall. So, Manny, I don't understand what you keep saying people are drunk. You've seen people take risks. You've seen people take risks on quarterbacks with much more risk than Spencer Rattler. So I don't understand why.
I don't understand. Penix? You told me you're taking Rattler over Penix?
Does Michael Penix does not? Why? Hold on. Everybody, all these quarterbacks have concerns, right? All these quarterbacks have concerns, right or wrong?
Yes.
So let's go to Michael Penix. It's just ultimately it's the intermediate throws and it's his injury history. At the end of the day, that's going to be a scare. The injury history is going to be a scare because if he gets dinged up in the NFL, it'll probably be nagging because the NFL they try to get you back faster, and we've seen how that goes. So his injury history, intermediate throwing, obviously those things are concerns. I think you look at Bo. A lot of my questions with Bo Nix are not really his arm talent. Can he throw far? Can he do these things? But I do think when you go from a situation that has one level of structure and then you go to another one where the talent level is the most dominant, and to me, the talent around you elevates you. And that's not a slight against you because I think JJ McCarthy has done that too. So in some ways, my concerns with that is when you get into an environment, which is the National Football League, where the pressure is the most intense and you're not going to be the most comfortable, I have to take that risk of what type of player you're going to be. Caleb, Jalen, and Drake May, all did not play in ideal situations in their universities, but they still respectively the best 3 quarterbacks going in the draft because of what they're able to do and overcome for their teams. I'm not trying to tax them too hard, but when I look at a Spencer Rattler who plays in the SEC and he has the worst O-line in football and is still able to make that work, to me, when I look at but Bo is never.
But what do you mean make that work?
He had his chance.
What did they make that? What do you mean by make that work?
Again, in the NFL, most situations aren't ideal because you have a salary cap. So because you have a salary cap, you're going to have legitimate deficiencies no matter what on an NFL team. That's why franchise quarterbacks are tagged to help them overcome that. So all I'm saying is if I have to take a guy in the first round, I'm not saying Bo Nix not talented. I ain't saying JJ not talented. All I'm saying that if I have to go pick late in this draft and I have to take a quarterback and risk my franchise on this kid being my future, I'd rather see the kid that has found ways to find success in an abysmal protection situation where I also know when he comes to the NFL, what I'm going to give him in the NFL is going to be even better than what he had to deal with in college just from a legitimate talent standpoint.
The only thing that worries me
if I'm taking a risk, I would take the risk on Rattler because I think him being in a situation that's not ideal, I think he will be able to figure some of that out better than I think some of those other quarterbacks will do that. But at the end of the day, that still don't really matter because he's, to me, quarterback 4 or 5. So I wouldn't even take him with my first 3 selections if I had to pick a quarterback.
No, well, we're talking about late first round.
Not the only thing, but one of the things that worried me about Rattler is that, and I think he's gonna get like he's gonna benefit for coming out in the same draft that Caleb Williams is coming out in because but at the same time, what worries me about it is because when he was next to Caleb Williams, when he was in front of Caleb Williams, he looked terrible. Like he just looked terrible.
My bad.
He just looked awful. So it's hard to unsee that when it's hard to unsee like you having the pressure on you and you having your chance and then like you just like blowing it and then like running away when like it really got tough. Like at least Jalen Hurts, when it happened to him, he stuck around for a little bit. He stuck through it. Then he left like when it was clear he was never getting his job back. Like Rattler kind of pulled like a weird move and it.
I agree. That was a weird move. I think
like dog water.
My only question to you, Zach, is like, do you think that he doesn't deserve credit for, doing that and then flourishing enough at South Carolina to up his draft stock this much? Because like we give Baker a ton of credit, and we give quarterbacks a ton of credit for like not being good at the beginning of their career and bringing it back because we understand how hard that is. I'm just saying, from your perspective, do you think that he gets credit for that?
Bro, Bro was sacked 40 times this season, bro.
And and then his play style, like to me, he plays more his play style is just it's a lot of hero ball. And as a rookie, like as a young player in the NFL, like those players usually like the Johnny Manziel ball, like they kind of just like. It doesn't go well in the NFL right now, so I just don't know about Spencer Rattler
football.
Like Rattler is
kind of Johnny Manziel plays. Wait, Rattler plays Johnny Manziel ball.
It's kind of like that's what he had to do to win. That's what he had to do. That's what he had to do. I mean, that's what he had to do. Like, listen. Listen, that's what he had to do to make it work.
Go crazy.
This man,
it was a little OD, but still, bro. Like that's what he had to do. I just can't see it. I don't know, but the thing about Penix is that where was somebody like I don't like really believe in none of the quarterbacks in this draft because like where was somebody like
I'm believing what like what are you saying right now?
Where was somebody like Will Levis? All right, so Will Levis last year, if he was in the draft,
compare Will Levis to Caleb
Williams. Where would he go?
No way!
Where would he go?
No way!
Like listen,
crucify him. Wait, damn.
Where would he go? Where would Will Levis go in this draft this year?
Like he did.
The same.
He's going third round.
In terms of quarterbacks drafted, in terms of quarterbacks
drafted, he went last year. He's going this year. Same exact pick.
He might be QB4. He might be QB4 in the draft. I ain't lying. Will Levis might be QB4 in the draft.
He would
or
go
QB5.
Wait, you said QB4
or 5.
I think he would go before Daniels. I think he would go before Jaden Daniels.
He's going top 3.
No. He had with the hype he had, but he was being compared to Anthony Richardson.
Judge Daniels though, so relax.
Wait, go ahead, Stat, because I can't hear your point.
Top 3
because these boys.
No, with the hype Will Levis had, bro, like it just so happened that like, and this is how the NFL draft works. There's quarterbacks that get hyped for no reason, just to have hype, just to have something to talk about for the draft. Then when it comes around, they fall to like the 3rd, 4th round. I feel like, honestly, maybe Daniels gets drafted in the 1st round, but other than that, I think everybody else falls like 3rd, 4th round, because I don't think anybody in this draft besides like Drake May and Caleb Williams, you can make a case would be like better than Will Levis, like in college, or somebody like Anthony Richardson or somebody like that. You know, like these people had I'm being honest. I'm last year's draft was considered way more talented. Like,
let me ask you a question. Can I ask you one question?
Let me
ask you one question. Let me ask you one question.
I don't know what people was comparing Will Levis to Josh Allen.
I gotta say.
People was comparing Will Levis to Josh Allen.
I gotta say
who they was comparing him to. Stack, I got a question. What does Will Levis do better than Jaden Daniels? I'll wait.
I mean, hindsight's 2020, bro. Hindsight, like taking hindsight, looking back, you can say this now. Like you can say this now based on potential, but we ain't seen we ain't seen Jaden Daniels play like a snap of NFL football yet. So
but isn't it revisionist history to say that a little bit?
But time out though.
What's revisionist history? What am I having?
My question is this though.
I'm saying go back to the time. Don't think about what he is now. Go back to the draft. Like what he was saying.
But no, my question is just like Stat, you said this draft class is low key weak to you, but this class been hyped up as one of the better ones in a minute,
because of Caleb Williams.
It's better than last year.
No.
That's actually not true. Without Caleb Williams.
Wait, come out. No, that's not true. That's not true. I'm gonna tell you why that's not true. Because this draft class came in with about 5 or 6 guys projected 1st round picks. I think before the year started, the 1st round consisted of Caleb, Drake May, and then any combination of Quinn Ewers, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy,
Michael Penix.
That was kind of like the mix at that point. Joe Milton, depending on certain people's draft board, but obviously we know that fall off was epic.
No one was talking about Rattler.
Yeah, that was historic. Nobody was talking about Rattler. So, and this was considered one of the most sought after quarterback classes just because of how talent rich this class has been. Then JD came into the fold, having again another year where LSU did their absolute best to sell him his Heisman Trophy. Had him in some. He probably should not have 3 losses on the record.
I'm gonna say something real nasty. I don't think Penix. Until Hendon Hooker got hurt. I don't think Penix was even like considered. I think Hendon Hooker had like way better draft stock than Michael Penix does in GM's eyes. Like dead ass. Like go back to Hendon Hooker, and before he got hurt,
I already know what you're gonna say.
He kind of not.
I'm not lying.
He's kind of not really lying on that one. I'm not lying.
I mean, I don't know.
But that's not hot. But you told me that. No. Get back to this though, because you told me that Will Levis was this good that he would be the 3rd quarterback.
You know what's so crazy though? I wanted to comment on that. This is the definition of revisionist history.
Mm-hmm.
And last year when Will Levis was coming out the draft, people were saying he should have been a 6th rounder. Nobody was jacking Will Levis. Not a single person was jacking Will Levis.
Will Levis went to the draft because he thought he was getting drafted.
Of course.
That's everybody. That's everybody.
No, you don't go with a suit on
declare for the draft.
Day one as a quarterback unless they tell you getting drafted day one.
What? But here's the thing: Will Levis is also one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in college football. So he had a lot of people that like him. He had a lot more red flags.
You're saying the most obvious thing in the world. Every player that declares for the draft, majority of the time, thinks they're getting drafted.
No, you don't go to the actual event of the draft unless, as a quarterback, unless somebody told you that you are getting drafted in the first round, bro.
No, nobody. But again, this is revisionist history. Nobody was jacking Will Levis coming out of Kentucky. Nobody.
Right.
Nobody was
revisionist history to say that nobody was jacking it. That's revisionist history. Now to these trash history, like, but
nobody jacked.
No. Wait. Well, where Stat is not lying about, where he's not lying about, is going into the year. I don't think people was jacking Will Levis. I mean, obviously he has some buzz because of his physical tools, but again, his year in the SEC again was pretty average at Kentucky. But what he is not lying about, and you got to give him his credit, there was a bunch of people, because you know how they do, the Mel Kipers, the Draft Express people, they always plunge somebody to the top of the draft boards at the 11th hour. And so there was a conversation. Will Levis was going to be
go to the Raiders,
the second, third. Some people said he might go before C.J. Stroud. Like, there was conversations that
there was a little
conversation. There was conversation that he might be quarterback 2 or 3. And to Stat's point as well, there's a reason why he was suit and tied on the stage at the draft. And I'm gonna say this. I don't think a GM said we're taking you in a first round Stat. I think what had happened was he probably had some good meetings. Some teams said we liked you, we'll come get
something
you.
Like that.
And his agent, they probably telling his agent he got a first round grade, because usually your agent is the one who tells you where they projecting you on a draft board. So his agent probably was like, they got you as a top 20 lock, bro. Top 20 lock. So
a GM or a coach could tell you though, like, hey, if you there, we taking you though, like, you know, like that happens a lot.
But I will say this, Will Levis, but I will say this to Will Levis's credit, because I was not a believer. I said I don't see this working out at all. Will Levis going to be straight. He's going to be straight.
He's a dog.
He going that conference, that AFC South. Trevor Lawrence, good luck, King.
And he got it.
And I'm not gonna lie. Look.
Good luck.
I'm not gonna lie. Wait, I want to say something. To Stats' point, yeah, he is a competitor. To Stats' point, I'll give you this. Like, I think a big reason of why like that happened and why he went to the room was because, like, if we remember, like, the quarterback class was already like not deep, and so
like, that Levis was in the AR class. He wasn't in the Stroud class.
Yeah, it's or AR class. But yeah, that class wasn't necessary because like AR had questions about whether he was going to be a pro quarterback because of the reach that Hellfire is talking about. I'm just saying there was questions. You know what I'm saying? But
I already knew that bro athleticism was too crazy on paper.
Too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
There was no way Anthony Richardson wasn't going first round, bro. The talent was too crazy to pass up, bro.
No, I ain't
that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I feel so bad for the Steelers, because the draft elite for a quarterback was last draft. You should have reached for Anthony Richardson.
Michael, Anthony Richardson locked up.
He went number 4.
When he played Utah, that one game against Utah, opening to open up the season for Florida.
When he got turned, yeah.
I remember I was telling Trent. I think I told Trent. I said, Trent, I hope you seen AR versus Utah. That's top 5.
No.
And then I saw him versus Vanderbilt, and I thought he was.
And they were really second tall. We're really like put the ice on the cake. He ran a 4.38 clip.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Wait, J-Rob. What you said.
Go ahead, Michael.
So what you said earlier, the quarterback position in the draft is all about what are you projecting this quarterback to be?
Right.
And that's why I never had questions. As much as, yes, when I looked at Anthony Richardson's play overall, I did have questions about whether he would be as great as he could be because of the facts that he was missing stuff. But I never was sitting there saying, you can't take him in the first round. Because at the quarterback position, you low-key, especially in a playmakers league like it is in the NFL, you have to do it. So, you know, in a situation like the Vikings specifically this year, Like, as much as I don't like Penix, I would not be mad at them for drafting him late in the first round because you have the weapons, and if you're projecting him to make it, you have the weapons for him to do so. So that type of stuff I'm not mad at. But would I personally take Penix in the first round if I'm Minnesota? No, I think if I want to take a quarterback, I would try to trade up. I would say F it and just do it because like it could really be something to have Jeff and Addison and Drake May or Caleb Williams. That's a fast track success.
At the end of the draft, Penix can't be good with Pittsburgh.
I think the Steelers. I think the Steelers priority should be.
He can win
with Pittsburgh.
I like the Penix draft more than Bo. I have Bo below Penix. Like
if I'm Pittsburgh, I don't do it because I got Joe Burrow and I got Lamar Jackson and I got Deshaun Watson in my division. I'm not going for Michael Penix. Like I need to start. They need to get some. Whoever has the most athletic potential, that's who they need to go for.
Man, they need to take. They need to just take a year
or tank.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Just accept that it's not out there right now.
I'm not
tanking next year. I'm
gonna tell you right now. My whole issue is this.
The Rooney's ain't taking it, y'all.
But all right, but listen to this, y'all. Can you really survive the next decade of the AFC with a regular guy in that conference?
No.
You can't survive. Like you gotta really understand. Yeah, the game sliders in the AFC. I don't think people realize the gap in talent between the AFC and the NFC. And if your team is in the AFC conference, I'm sorry, you have to find a dog. Like if you can't find a guy that is a game changer in that conference, you are doomed because we already are willing to recognize the talent at the quarterback position in the AFC South is about to run the next. Is about to be heavy for the next so on. Herbert got a coach now. Mahomes not going nowhere.
Burrow's always going to be there.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen.
Herbert.
I mean, listen.
Can play football again.
If Deshaun Watson could play football again, and then let's not remember Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Josh Allen,
right?
Like you have to find a guy to play in the conference. So it's like if I'm the Steelers, bro, I'm tanking because I will say this for me personally. I think that the best quarterbacks are the quarterbacks that did not come out of ideal situations. Great players for their college teams, but not every national championship winner. Not every national championship winner is going to be a great NFL quarterback because your ideal situation. Look at Mahomes, bro.
Fact.
He was balling out of control at Texas Tech because he had to win his games. He had to beat you 65-55. I had to snap on you or I was going to lose. But that type of game changer type of ability was crazy. Even Lamar Jackson at Louisville, y'all. Bro, when they went to, but do you remember they were the third ranked team in the country at one point?
They blew out FSU and then he went crazy in Clemson.
Yeah, but let's be honest though. They were not the third best team in the country. Lamar Jackson made them the third best team in the country. So you know what I mean?
I ain't even gonna lie.
Joe Burrow's a winner.
Not going out. James Quick going out the sideline haunts me still to this day, bro. I know.
Oh yeah, bro. That game was one of the best games ever seen.
Like even Bryce Young, bro. Like you got to think about Bryce Young, man. Like I had a lot.
Why did it get Bryce Young?
Yes,
but he will never have them Alabama teams. Go ahead, Lonnie.
To your point, like because you were saying how like the Steelers are good, they're gonna need a dog. If they tank, the number one QB next year would be like what? Shador?
It would be
Shador probably.
But here's the thing. So like the AFC, like how you said it's so stacked, but at the very top of that mountain is Mahomes. And me personally, at this point, I think you need to be at least a bare minimum top 10 quarterback. Probably top 5 to beat Mahomes. So do you think Shador could be top 5?
Yeah, because honestly,
he got a lot of CJ in him.
When I look at defense don't matter no more. I can't beat Mahomes with a great defense.
No, you could be Mahomes with a great defense.
That's not what Lonnie's asking. Top 15, the top.
Lonnie is saying you still need, but Lonnie is saying you still need somebody who go band for band with a guy like.
We just saw the Ravens had like one of the had a historic defense, and
that wasn't enough. And it wasn't enough. Yeah.
And they had the MVP this year. They had the MVP with a historic defense, and they couldn't beat Mahomes.
Yo, the reason why I think Shedeur
they set him out the whole second half. That's Lamar.
The reason why I see Shedeur, I think Shedeur translates.
Yeah, that was Lamar, bro.
I seen CJ. I seen Joe Burrow. I seen these players. I think the athleticism wise for CJ is comparable to those type of players. So, and I think again, most sacked quarterback in college football last year, still able to thrive. I don't think you need to be Lamar, Jaden Daniels athletic. You need to just be able to get a first down on your legs.
He's athletic, bro. He can run.
Yeah, as long as you can get a first down. Exactly. As long as you can move enough to
get Joe Burrow, bro.
Yeah, like you just need to be able to move. Like if you can't move, it's like what the hell. But Shedeur can move enough where I'm good on it. Go ahead, Hellfire.
He's a genius, no?
Okay, so all of this discussion is leading me to want to transition to a question that was asked in the chat. Shout out to Deb for this. The definition of what a generational talent is. Because I'm going to be honest.
Let's talk about it.
No, because I'm going to be honest. This QB class has gotten more hype than what was expected because of two guys getting that hype. Mm-hmm. You mentioned Caleb, but Drake's getting it too. Might not be as much, but he's getting it too. And even then, to me, my definition of it, they don't fit.
Neither of them?
No.
I don't think Drake May is, but I think Caleb Williams is a for sure.
Hey, Hellfire. One is going to be a bust. I want y'all to know that. One of them.
I can't see it being a bust.
Don't ask me who it's going to be.
And Caleb, somebody going to be ass.
I already know who it's going to be. Don't ask me. I already know who it's going to be. Don't ask me.
Honestly, I think they'll be mediocre.
Don't ask me.
Why do they not fit? I want to know why they not fit. I don't want you to.
He thinks Jaden fits. He thinks Jaden fits.
Hold on, let him finish.
I agree with that.
This class does not have a generational talent at quarterback.
I'm leaving.
And to me,
clip this TikTok.
I need to hear his reasoning.
The reasoning as to why I do not have a generational talent in this quarterback class is because of the flaws that the quote unquote consensus top two have. So to me, when I look at generational talent, it's not just physical tools. It's not.
I agree with you.
Michael, I need to hear both. I need to hear Caleb and Drake Mays.
I thought he was done.
All right, number one for Caleb, it's his athleticism leads to be super aggressive at the wrong times. The decision making is not generational. The guy that he's getting comped to, and Patrick Mahomes, has gotten the exact same issues with his hero ball tendencies, and when it's at its worst, it's horrid.
Wait, so just
I've never seen Mahomes play horrid.
No, wait, just so I'm understanding.
I low key feel like Caleb's lows under pressure are on par with Penix under pressure.
Stop.
That's disgusting. That's just utterly gross.
Hold on,
Let him finish.
And then for Drake and Caleb, I mentioned it before. I have issues with the processing, issues with them. That's part of it too. And with him, it's also I don't see as I don't see both of those guys everything together correlating to make a generational talent a quarterback. That's literally what it is.
Well, so the tendency of him being a superhero, do you think Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent?
No, I did not have Mahomes as a
generational talent. No, wait. No, time out. You're not answering. Do you think he's a generational talent?
No.
Now.
Okay, wait, guys. In the last 10 to 15 years, what quarterback would you say was a generational talent?
Andrew Luck.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, stop.
Stop. Let him.
My fault.
The only one that I've had out of the last 10 plus years is Luck.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
That's true. Luck is one, but
oh, my God.
How is Luck the only one? How is
he's the greatest prospect ever, though? He's the greatest.
No,
Aaron Rodgers had generational talent potential when he came in the draft.
J-Rob, who's the best prospect ever?
Generational talent potential.
Quarterback.
What are you talking
about?
Bro, y'all did y'all hear J-Rob's question? He said he asked if Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent right now in the league, and he said no. And the only one that he said that came compared that is Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, like y'all not. Yeah, I'm saying y'all not correlating
what he's saying.
You're worrying about the Andrew Luck part. Yeah, I'm saying y'all not correlating what he's saying. He's saying that the only thing in the last decade, he's saying over the last decade. Yeah, he said over the last decade, the only quarterback that has had generational level talent in the last decade has been Andrew Luck. Because the question I asked him, fellas, was right now,
Trevor Lawrence.
What you know is Patrick Mahomes a generational talent? And he said Mahomes is not a generational talent.
Yeah, which is crazy.
But Manny, that's why I wasn't tripping about Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was one of the best prospects.
Wait, I have a question.
What I mean.
I was a generational talent, but Mahomes is not. That's why I was wrong.
That's the point.
Do you think that like 2010s Aaron Rodgers is not a generational talent? Like in the league?
Yeah, like what are we talking about?
Is he wasn't a generational talent?
He's talent and player. Because he might have it like in two different categories. That's what I'm saying. Like he might.
Yeah, talent and player are two different things. I view generational talent as like
Aaron Rodgers' arm.
Get that when you come out.
Okay, so then that's why. All right, but that doesn't make. But that's the thing, and this is where I feel like this don't make sense to me. Is because anybody who knows talent, like Trent, me and you have played with people that, bro, this dude gonna just be nice because God just blessed. God blessed him. He don't got to open up a playbook. He could just really go out there and be great because God blessed him. And I'm going to be honest. The reason why, to me, Caleb and Patrick Mahomes are generational talents, and a generational talent can also just be missed. You can miss a generational talent. Mm-hmm. When you look at Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes, the hero plays that you say don't equate to generational talent, that's where I actually completely disagree with you. I think generational talents are players who do things that defy the game, that they literally break.
Nobody else can do.
That nobody should be able to do. The fact that Patrick Mahomes can throw a cross-body pass knuckleball accurately away enough for Travis Kelce to be the only one to have a chance at it, that's not something that you can teach. That's not given. So when I look at Caleb Williams, the reason why I look at him as a generational talent as well is because the same things that I saw Mahomes do at Texas Tech. If you turn their tape on, the improvisation of both of them players in college was damn near the same. And you know why the hero ball aspects of their game were the same at Texas Tech and at USC? Because the team was abysmal and couldn't stop nothing. And when you can't stop nothing, and when you can't stop a cold, can't stop nothing, you have to score. And so how was Patrick Mahomes and Caleb Williams walking onto the field every game? If I don't go get 50, we don't have a chance. We got to at least get 50. And 50 might not be enough.
Like, so when you know for a fact that it works defense in college, and you're still getting, like, they're still giving you every game to game a chance to win, or a minus, like USC minus 6.5.
And also,
you can't stop nobody.
That's why I've been Ether too.
Wait, hold on, man. And also, here's the thing. I think we're getting confused generational talent and prospect. Like, so like the definition of talent is your ability to do something. Like, I know the processing and all that stuff, but that stuff can be learned. Like that's like we've seen it with Lamar Jackson. People say Lamar Jackson in accuracy, processing, and he got better through that because he's learning. That talent, that the throwing ability the Mahomes have, you can't teach that. That is talent. Like, talent is your ability to like just play the position or do something. In my opinion, when I see talent, that's your physical or like your ability versus like a learned ability, like processing the field or like learning the playbook or reading the defense. Like we see Mahomes. Yes, Mahomes early in the career couldn't quote unquote read the defense, but you see him learn to do it, and that compares to the talent equal the best quarterback in the league. And he was already the best quarterback before he could learn how to do all that stuff. So you can learn that stuff. And I think Andrew Luck probably is the best generational prospect when it comes to you add all that, but he's not more talented than guy like Mahomes. When I see it, I think it's like two different things in my opinion.
And that's why I hate when I hate when Hellfire brings all the Caleb Williams hero ball stuff. Like again, everybody named Mama knows USC for the past 2 years has been one of the worst defenses in college football. If Caleb Williams
but the negatives with that are
Caleb doesn't put up 30 points plus, they're losing the game. We've seen it multiple times. Literally.
Yeah, but the negatives with that are not.
We saw Caleb Williams. We saw Caleb Williams on one ankle. And we saw Kenny Pickett on one ankle in the Cotton Bowl versus Tulane.
But
one ankle.
But Trent, you know what else too? You know, he's saying this stuff is like so worrisome. But bro, have we not seen the hero ball stuff translate to the NFL? It's literally translating. You take the good with the time out. You take the good with the bad. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, the hero ball thing to me is not a detriment because for Patrick Mahomes, his hero ball actions that you say don't make him that is the biggest curse to him being a generational talent. You know what, Hellfire? That hero ball has led to 2 MVPs, 5 appearances to the AFC Championship, 3 trips to the Super Bowl, and all in the span of 6 years as a starter.
The hero balls with
it is worse.
My only thing about it.
Please, stat, please. Let me.
How could that not be the? How could that? All I'm saying is, how could that not be the standard?
Wait.
But hold on. But Trent, they're literally coaching. Trent, you literally are around coaches, so you know this. They're literally training. They're literally training kids to throw like Patrick Mahomes.
And that's bad.
That's what he doesn't like. That's what he.
How is it bad? Jordan Love doesn't. Jordan Love was just doing it.
You understand? Okay, this is okay. Hold on.
Every quarterback is doing
it.
Okay, time out. We are in the new days.
This is what the league is becoming.
Quarterbacks are not being coached well enough, which is why QB play was as bad as it was to evaluate.
You're acting like a 2005 scout.
The league is changed. Hellfire.
You have
to
move everything. Wait, Hellfire, please.
Stop calling me a 2005 merchant.
You literally did. You are. The game is changing.
Until every single team runs the exact
Hellfire. You'll take a quarterback. You'll take a quarterback that with 3 minutes left in the game, my defense can't get a stop. You will be mad at a quarterback for trying to make a play to win a game versus a guy who throws it in the dirt and go for a play and hope that his defense can give him a stop. You get the ball left. That to me, whenever I just want you to know, to me, when you talk about the way quarterback play is now versus back then, I really can't get behind it because nowadays the quarterback play that you praise don't even exist now.
It doesn't exist.
It's expiring.
I want to ask you a question.
Just think about this, J-Rock. Wait, hold on, Mike. Just think about this. Off the top of your head, the top 10 quarterbacks, who is really dropping back, really statues that don't really move off platform, that don't really make you off. The top 10 quarterbacks
able to do it, and that's just
okay. Listen, 2023. Wait, let me
say it again.
Let me go.
Wait. I want to hear what you go ahead, Hellfire. This is
so for the 2023 season. I talked about this a little bit in an article that I wrote. It was really tricky to evaluate quarterback play this year because of the inconsistencies and the negatives on the things that you guys preach. Okay. So I had like 15 guys that I was considering top 10 guys, and with the guys that Trent asked. For 2023,
so this is your top 15.
What was the question? It was Purdy, it was Love, it was Stroud, it was Dak before he shit the bed. I feel like I'm.
Is this your top 15?
Who throw in the pocket?
No, okay. I'm saying. Just think about this: the consistent top 10, or even we all know the top 5 lock for real. They all move off structure, all move off platform. It's not 2005 anymore.
Is Purdy top 5 to you?
Kirk Cousins was top 5
to you, Trent? You said what? Is Purdy? I mean, I'm Purdy, but is Burrow top 5 to you?
Burrow still moves off platform.
And plus, I think the real reason why it was tough to evaluate QBs is not because
but that's not his cup of tea,
inconsistencies with
them. He still does.
Wait. He can do it.
Wait, please.
It's all pointing to my point of quarterback play being dumbed down.
The only person who moves like statues for real in today's game still is
Kirk Cousins
and
Jared
Goff.
And
Jared Goff for real. Like,
because we're moving off of the original point. And this is the thing that I said like 25 minutes ago. Wait. This is the thing I said 25 minutes ago. You have to draft quarterbacks based off of what you're projecting. And in the last 20 years, who have we seen that has had it all together? Hellfire? Andrew Luck? Okay, I'll even give you that. But how many of them have?
Mahomes doesn't have it all together.
Listen, if
he didn't have it all together when he came out, Trent.
Right now, like how we say.
Right now,
no, he has it when he came out.
You keep talking about crack coming out, my nigga. J-Rob asked the question.
I brought it up, but he just asked you.
He's talking about what
Michael just said.
No, but that's still a question, and I'm not done with my point too, which is that you can't if Andrew Luck, if you had Andrew Luck as the best ever, how did you not think that Joe Burrow is a generational talent? I get that he had two crazy receivers on either side of him, but all the stuff that you say, how did Joe
Burrow
Burrow
didn't move
together at LSU?
He had some issues too, like.
And guys, he said the
last some issues. Everyone has issues. No one has ever.
No, I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying the last 10 to
15
years.
He didn't say all the time. He said the last 10 to 15
years. Okay, but hold on. Can I say something though? That's and again, I hear what he's saying. The last 10 to 15 years, I don't agree that Andrew Luck is the only generational talent. I think you can go into a draft and think a guy is a generational talent. And you can also learn that you might have had another generational talent within your draft that you missed, because ultimately we've seen a bunch of players who have dominated the game. And Aaron Donald, generational talent at defensive tackle. I mean, and he's 5'11", 280-some pounds, undersized for the position, but his talent to play that position is clearly undeniable for what he's done. My whole question to you, Hellfire, this is again why you say quarterback play now is more dumbed down. I think in some ways you kind of blame like the RPO system and stuff like that. I don't have, and if that's how you feel, cool, but I just don't agree with it, because I think the quarterback position has had to evolve the same way the talent in the NFL has evolved. Unfortunately, for the LTs and the Deshaun Taylor, the Reggie Whites of the world, there was only a handful of them in the league at the time. In this generation, you get in multiple edge rushers that's running sub 4.6, running 4.5s, running 4.7s. The linemen are faster than ever. You got linebackers running as fast as wide receivers now. Like Michael Parsons is a 4.4 guy. We have the most speed ever in the game. And so I think the quarterback position now, to me, is actually, in my opinion, harder than it was back then, because I think the talent level.
Say that.
I think the talent level has risen across the board. I think because the talent level and the speed of the game is, to me, at its peak, to be a quarterback in this generation, not only do you have to be able to make throws in the tightest windows, you have to make millisecond level decisions. And some of those decisions may not solely be based in your ability to throw it. It may be in your ability to run it. So I feel like the way this game is changing, the idea of a generational the way, like, for example, and Riddell said it, the schemes are much more complex too. I think so too. If you look at the shell,
you can't win unless you got a good quarterback.
If you look at the Jets, if you look at the Jets this year, if you look at the Ravens this year, those defensive schemes have given teams a bunch of nightmares all year long. The Jets gave every quarterback an issue this year. The evolution of the game with evolution. When the game is evolution, bro, it's always going to continue to grow.
Okay,
bro.
So to answer your question,
I think to say the game is dumbed down.
To answer your question, the RPO
quarterback
has a slight bit. It has a slight bit to do with
dumbed down. It's crazy. Like that's what I think.
It's because the flaws aren't being criticized.
They are.
No, they're not. If they were criticized, 2021 Mahomes wouldn't have been consensus QB1. In his slump.
Yes, because in 2001, if
they were criticized,
the RPO, it would have been down in the RPO. It's not it's not the RPO's fault that the QBs who run the RPO aren't so good at running other stuff, like more of the traditional stuff.
Dude, you're acting like
RPO is actually hard to run. There's a reason why the old QBs can't run it. It's not simplistic. It's hard to run.
It's being
not
simplified
that
more
many quarterbacks
so
run the
guys that are
RPO.
dependent on it can be that good at it without having to run
Hellfire.
anything else.
Okay,
It's
but
not
that's
it's just that the QBs who run it aren't that good.
I'm gonna be honest. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying the QBs that run the RPO aren't as good as reading coverages, like as they are as they're not as good as reading coverages as they can read like a free rusher coming in. So like reading a free rusher is hard. Like reading rushers, that's hard as hell. Like that's hard. Like shifting your mind from a quarterback to being a running back is hard. So like that's not like something that's easy. And just because like the quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, they do it and they're not like they get dinged for not being good passes, doesn't like mean that the RPO is something simple. Like it's not simple to run.
All right,
it is.
Hellfire.
Wait, Hellfire. So I don't understand.
Hold on.
Michael, yeah, bro. Go ahead,
Hellfire. I think where there might be a big disconnect with you and everybody else is that, like, yes, it's a lot of schemes are less complicated nowadays, but it's not always because the quarterback can't handle it. It's because those new schemes that are less complicated are more effective. And
it's a cop out.
It's not a cop out. It's if something is less is sometimes more. So instead of having all these like options and schemes and different variations, sometimes having a not a dumber scheme, but a less complicated scheme is more effective to the overall team because it's not always about the quarterbacks, it's about your personnel too.
Tom Brady would look like a dummy running the RPO.
So it might not be like the quarterback can't handle complicated schemes, but also you have receivers. Maybe the receivers can't handle certain situations.
You think Tom Brady is the worst football player in the world if his scheme was the RP? If his offensive coordinator was dialing up RPO?
You got something that I guarantee you. I guarantee you not a lot of people here know this. 2007, when people thought that was his best season, there was actually a one read, one play design concept integrated into that offense when they had Randy Moss. They had Randy Moss run something called a pistol route, which that pistol route by design was to see if Randy Moss could beat a defensive back, whether it be for a streak or a go route or a fade.
In a new day of age,
it was literally like that. And Brady was able to run it, and he broke a fucking record off of it. So please don't tell me that he would not have been able to run something that was more predicated off of one read designs because of the defenses that he was able to see.
Can I tag back Endo on this though? Because I'm lost with this whole conversation though. Like, bro,
lost.
I'm lost on this because I just feel like in some ways, like you disrespecting the game I love a little.
He is disrespecting the game.
I'm gonna be honest.
He is disrespecting.
You're disrespecting the game I love because I'm gonna tell you why. Like, for one, I think in some ways, like you're trying to say that they was running more complicated things back in the day, and I don't really agree with that because the option routes and all of that read out, that stuff been around forever. It just matter what was utilized, what wasn't utilized. Not only that, because of evolution, it has forced the quarterback position to change. It has forced your quarterback to not only be able to make decisions passing, but make decisions running the football. But also, Hellfire, let's not overcomplicate football either. We can say what we want, but the reason why you run read option and option type stuff is because ultimately you're just trying to find yourself in a favorable matchup. I got 5 guys on 4 guys in this scenario. You're trying to play to your strengths. Ultimately, everybody knows whether if it's RPO or this, you could beat cover 2 running a smash concept. You could beat cover 3 running 4 verts, hitting the guy up the seam. A lot of this stuff is still the same. Conceptually, it may change in terms of what you're running, but coverages don't change. The way you beat those coverages don't change. You can run dive. You can run halfback. You can run inside zone out of a pistol formation.
Okay, if the way you read coverages doesn't change, then why are these guys that are coming out and shotgun predicated offenses not being able to read defenses from formations that are not from that as well, like we saw with Hurts this year and things like that? If it's not changing the way that the defenses are being read.
But did you bring up Jalen Hurts, bro?
But wait. But
yes, because Jalen Hurts can't be a drop back passer. It's shotgun predicated.
You wasn't saying this last year though, because you only saying this because of what happened this year, and we keep it in the bean, like how we said before. Let's not talk about the play calling and what happened with the Eagles.
That was a high school offense. Drink more water. It was. They run screens and hitches all game. That's not stopping any. That's not moving anybody.
Not moving that slow.
He just not that good.
So bring it up. So
he was also locking onto his first read.
Yeah, okay. What I'm saying.
When AJ Brown was healthy, he was getting locked into. When AJ Brown was out of the game,
but
on the Smitty, it was not able to get anybody else involved.
Okay, and this is again why I don't agree with you, because in the NFL, the generation that you're praising for being, I'm just going to say the drop back era. What was everybody running in the drop back era? A pro style offense.
Yeah.
So you running that was the majority of the offense ran in college. Everybody's running pro style. So you go into the NFL, you transition to that. In the league today, most teams are running. They're running out of the shotgun. And yeah, you can say, I can understand your point about, are guys not be able to see the whole picture? But I will say in shotgun offenses, they do teach you to read a half of the field. You got a corner and a safety. You read that, then you try to get back. And I think there may have to be a level of emphasis in getting through a progression. But I've seen quarterbacks of this generation get through a progression. Are you not watching C.J. Stroud?
I am, but C.J. Stroud is more like C.J. Stroud is more like the Kirks, the Goffs, like what Baker was doing in Tampa this year. It's more like that than running an offense like what Mahomes runs. Not every team in the league runs that kind of scheme. Today's football
who cares?
That's a lot of reasons why kids are coming in and struggling now. They can't do off platform stuff. That's why a lot of people are struggling now in the NFL. So a lot of quarterbacks are struggling.
That's coming out of his bus. That's why they coming out of his bus.
That's me and J-Rock's point. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he bringing like the drop back era. It's not 2005 anymore. It's a totally different game.
And I'm gonna be honest, bro. If you look at some of the plays, some of the best quarterbacks in the league they just make game-changing plays based off talent. Like I think one of the things
the other stuff.
I think one of the things you just need to be able to do. Yeah, but most of these guys do have all the stuff of the.
It's not the word.
Yo, Hellfire. In retrospect of the era right now, only one guy been dominating that shit. I hope you realize that. Like only one guy been winning all the awards. One guy.
Apparently, he's not a generational talent.
So if we want to talk about this new era that we're going into, the next few levels of quarterbacks that aren't named Patrick Mahomes, probably guys who can do a threat. Let's be real with that. Like the generation is moving, Hellfire. It is. Like
he's not a generational. Is he a generational player, Hellfire?
Nah. Take it back since 2000. Who would
he's not a generational player?
Like CJ Stroud is nothing like Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff. He is not like
because I want to see your reference play. I want to see what your reference is.
Jared Goff, as much as I love Jared Edge, Jared Edge is actually not great throwing off platform.
No, but I'm talking about how he is as a Stroud is not known for his ability off platform. He is known for his abilities as a drop back passer, like Baker, like Goff, like Kirk, like Geno. He had his meteoric rise last year, like Dak, like Jordan Love, like Purdy.
Okay, he's like Burrow.
Jordan Love
can throw off platform though.
And if you're gonna bring up Purdy in the biggest moment of his career, Purdy got to running, athleticism, making it shake with his legs.
But he does it just enough to where it doesn't change the Shanahan scheme identity-wise.
Okay, but
you also understand.
Hellfire,
you also understand. We've seen two quarterbacks who have run and who are in like RPO option type systems go to 2 Super Bowls, right? Cam Newton and Jalen Hurts. So we can't say it don't work.
So, can I also say something, please, to counter that? Because, I just don't understand. Wait, my bad. I lost. Give me 2 seconds. Because I was holding it in for a second. Hold on. Someone else go. Give me.
So I got a question, Hellfire. I got a question for you. So Hellfire, I got a question for you. When you talk about the dumb down and stuff like that for QB play and stuff, do you do that for any other position or just defense too?
Oh, okay, I got it.
It's because of the fact that quarterback holds a lot more value in today's football than these other positions do.
Like, how you feel about the 85 Bears? How you feel about them? Because they ran a 4-6 back in the day where you play that shit now, that shit is getting torched.
It is.
I mean, it was just dominating the whole league. So how you feel about the 85 Bears? Do you still
They were not an all-time great defense to me.
Hey, at least keep it consistent.
Oh my
hey,
God.
At least keep it consistent.
Oh my God.
They were not
I can't even
even though I think that
if that defense doesn't transcend in different eras, that might be the all-time.
Dog. The coverage might not transcend,
at least he
but
kept
the
it consistent though. If you gonna keep it consistent, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue. But if you would have said it's still an all-time great defense, you play a 4-6 in today's era, you're getting 50 on your head.
Okay, so I got my take. I got my take back. My take was like, I don't understand why you're so predicated on the fact that you need to run pro style under center. This and that. Like, my question to you is, right? We see that the game is changing, as J. Rob has said, as Trent has said. The defensive ends, the D tackles, the linebackers are all getting faster. So that means you need to be able to answer questions when things go wrong. So, to me, why are we acting like Jalen Hurts can't? He's not as good under center as in shotgun. Why does that necessarily matter? Does being in shotgun automatically equate to winning a Super Bowl? No, it doesn't. Because it's a different NFL. As I'll say, wait. Because not only that, you consistently come up here and say, oh, the fact that Mahomes is QB1 this year is crazy because progression-wise, he's not there. Well, what about you screaming the fact that Tom Brady's the GOAT because he was able to get it done with pieces that weren't as good? And this year on the offensive side, the reason why they have won those games was because Patrick Mahomes is making off-script plays. And when you don't have trust with your receivers fully and you don't have enough time in the pocket, you have to rely on your off-script. As much as you would want to be in the pocket, you have to win and make plays when it matters.
Yes,
so all of this stuff is just not. And like the stuff where
it's like you don't want people to play football.
He does hit the check down when it matters, but he's gonna take his shots when he can take his shots. But when aside from the Cincinnati game, when has Patrick Mahomes ever just played whack for a game where you're like, oh, this
never.
The Raiders didn't play bad.
Oh yeah,
everyone has bad games. The Raiders
and the Jets.
The Raiders game sucked. Season, bro. It happens. Every player has a bad game. Brady had bad games too. Brady had 3 pick games, 4 pick games. So that stuff's wild. You could say that he's playing at a higher level. That's not my issue. But when you consistently sit there and you just harp on the same stuff, when it's not even hindering winning, makes no sense. No sense. Zero.
Hellfire to you. Hellfire who is generational? Who is generational to you?
He said Andrew Luck.
That's the only loss with that. That's the only guy that I've had as generational in the last 10, 15 years.
Okay, that's fine. So
nobody else has had it. Nobody else has been able to move me to that.
That's
what
fine.
About Andrew Luck?
My question for you.
Hold on. Wait, don't you also have
Andrew Luck?
Hold on. Let me see. I want to go down this line of questioning with you, Hellfire. So you are upset about this current wave of play, saying it's simplified, and I don't necessarily agree. But going down this line of questioning, which quarterbacks do you have issue with that this game is simplified?
It's the fact that the guys like Mahomes, their flaws are not criticized at all. Like I've said multiple times, 2021 was not criticized because people were still calling him the best quarterback because a slump year is better than everybody else.
Okay, well, I mean that has nothing to do with this current version of Mahomes.
They're not actually looking at what was actually going on. They're not looking at what his issues were. They're not looking at.
No, that's fine. But your biggest complaint. Your biggest complaint was this recent year, and this recent year has nothing to do with 2021 quarterback.
Yeah,
and Mahomes.
Yeah,
and what exactly about this recent year that is
multiple instances?
I mean, Mahomes is still doing what he's doing, but this year is the one that solidifies your sample size that you're talking about. So, what exactly about this year, the one that reinforces your point? What quarterbacks do you have issue with? Because you named a bunch that don't follow under your
Josh Allen in the playoffs missing simple reads, and not making the right plays and having the lost start of situational awareness and that drive.
Was Brett Favre a generational talent?
Knowing damn well that was the drive that you were supposed to seal the game, not give the ball back to the other side.
Generational talent?
And took an
coming out of college.
Brett Favre with
great player though, great player, great prospect, not generational though. I don't think great generational.
Not generational.
And then
hey man,
and then also
wait.
Came around, dog.
No.
It's acting weird.
No, listen.
Coming out of college.
If I go back to, if I go
annoying with this nigga, dog. Damn, I get it, bro, but goddamn.
If I go back in the day, players, John Elway's more of a bigger talent than Brett Favre. John Elway was tall.
That don't make him not generational, though.
That's what talent is. It's things you can't measure. It's God-given stuff. That's really what talent is.
It's really setting a bar that's never been set before.
Brett had like this strong arm, and he was mobile like Elway. He was just as mobile.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Brett was just as mobile as Elway.
If you're comparing him to another talent, then that's not generational.
The best, like, put it there, ball. The most velocity on the football might be Brett Favre all time. So I'm like, damn, I ain't generational.
Wait. Before we continue, let me just get into these super chats real quick. Lonnie, shout out to you, Lonnie, man. Salute y'all. Remember the notes I gave you on your game. Come here to cook facts. Room for y'all. Also, who my Pats taking? Jaden Daniels. Y'all getting the black man at quarterback. Side note. Yo, listen, y'all bugging. Robert Kraft. Listen.
And then also
Robert Kraft.
Y'all are drafting a quarterback.
Robert Kraft has black.
Manny, you're gonna be a Patriots fan. Don't worry.
He wanted
when he hired Gerard Mayo, he said, you know what? I've had Negro-like tendencies for a minute. Bill Belichick finally out of here. I'm going all the way. To the cookout. So you got Gerard Mayo. Then, we're going to be sick, man, because we're going to have to face that boy for the next decade. So I think y'all getting Jaden Daniels, though.
I don't see it.
Unless Washington trades up, and y'all are getting Drake May.
I think they take Maserati.
I see us going tackle.
I think they take
Maserati. Are getting the quarterback.
I
don't know.
Hell no. Y'all going quarterback.
No,
Hold on. Y'all.
Who's going to be in charge of the draft?
We have 3 super chats. Let me just finish these jokes. Manziel, where are my snapbacks at? Fact. That lost me. That was crazy. Manziel was crazy.
Bro, that's what he had.
What are some plays that you knew were going to happen based off circumstance in the team? For example, I knew Tucker was making that 66-yard field goal based off the fact that it was against the Lions.
I knew Tyler Bass was gonna miss that kick because the Bills.
Yeah, me too.
I knew he was gonna miss that field goal too.
I knew Joe.
Hey, bro, I knew in 2011 Eli was gonna make that drop to miss Phelps win that game.
I knew Joe Flacco was gonna start
going.
Once you
I was gonna make a generational throw in the Super Bowl
fumble
game. I knew.
Once Gibbs fumbled, I was laughing.
Come on now.
For me, it'll always be the 28-3 game because at halftime, one of my homies in high school posted on a story. You saw here first, Patriots Super Bowl W, and we were all laughing at him, bro. And then when it got to like 16-28, dude, I was sitting there like, no, this is happening. And it was like partially because I thought it would happen, but I also wanted it to happen. But it was like that will just like that. Is probably the most
crazy how you can never say
the greatest moment in my life that I called out a play was when I was a kid. I went crazy when this happened. The miracle at the Meadowlands when Deshaun Jackson craved that punt.
There at the game, crying,
Yo, Trent Snotty. I was Trent Snotty knows that.
Trent.
I had a Deshaun Jackson jersey.
Bro, he was not supposed to punt it to Deshaun. He was supposed to punt it out of bounds.
It's crazy. That's the game.
Let me make you smile, Trent.
Another one that I call, you can ask my brother because I was a huge Michael Crabtree fan. That catch he had versus Texas for the game winner in 2008,
that's nice.
Went crazy. Son.
Listen, same year, David Tyree, I was like, John's winning this game. When he that 4th and like 12, when he threw David Tyree, and he caught that, I was like, he gonna win this game.
He broke like 3 sacks, 3
just on your.
I was there.
For me, it was that goal line stand against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl because I knew that Marshawn Lynch was absolute dog shit in short yard situations in Seattle, and they weren't going to run the ball. I knew that they weren't going to do it.
Nobody saw him not getting the ball.
So cold today, Hellfire. You're
nobody saw him not getting the ball. You better act like you knew some of us getting the ball,
One at a time.
Yeah, I still stand on this to this day, and y'all may disagree with it for real. That call Pete Carroll made, I swear, I still stand on. That's the right play call. That was the right.
Yes, it is.
What? It wasn't.
It's the right play call.
But that's why. Early, I'm gonna tell you why. Yes, it was, and I'm gonna tell you why.
It was execution.
He's playing the best defensive mind ever. My point. He knows I'm gonna run the ball. His game plan.
I got a timeout. I got a
timeout. How many times does Malcolm Butler make that play? How many times does Malcolm Butler make that play?
Manny, the problem with your mindset is you're trying to outthink them. You just gotta let your playmakers make the play.
Not to mention, this is prime Russell Westbrook. He can run too. Quarterback sneak that hoe.
Wait. Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing? There's reports that suggest that Devin Hester will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Good job, Devin Hester. About time.
Let's go.
About time, Devin Hester. Deserved. Very deserved. Very deserved.
Devin Hester is the most overrated kick returner in the
NBA. Everybody's trying to match up with hot takes, bro.
Not overrated kick returner, but overrated player. Oh my God!
Wait. Okay.
Nobody overrates him as a receiver, though.
Wait, is Justin Tucker? So specialists can't be Hall of Famers?
Yes, they can.
Oh, yes, they can.
He changed the He cribbed the first play back in the Super Bowl.
Okay,
I gotta sit down.
Y'all do understand, right?
I'm gonna lie. If Devin Hester had legit hands,
right?
He could have been Tariq Hill.
You do understand? Devin Hester was one of the main reasons why the Bears made the playoffs and went to the Super Bowl with that elite defense. They couldn't score offense. They couldn't score offense because Rex Grossman sucked.
Well, Peanut Tillman. I remember that run, and Peanut Tillman was kind of the. I remember Peanut Tillman being kind of the reason why they got there more than Devin Hester.
Devin Hester. Wait, y'all do understand? Shut down Devin Hester as a kick returner and a punt returner almost scored the same amount of points as the Bears offense that year. That's the main reason why they made it to the Super Bowl.
He was scoring like every game.
So what are we talking about, bro?
That makes a Hall of Fame career, though.
Yes.
He's the greatest returner.
Yeah. Greatest returner of all time.
The Panthers rolled Cam Newton to the Super Bowl and lost. And nobody's saying Cam Newton's a Hall of Famer.
That's not the same. Oh my God.
It is the same.
Cam Newton is not the greatest quarterback of all time.
One at a time.
Can I please say one thing? Because this is
the greatest player at the third aspect of the game. He's a player.
Okay, Manny. To me, the Hall of Fame should be about what you do in the white lines. And if you're a kick return specialist and you play the game at a Hall of Fame level, you deserve to be in. Because we can't do this thing where we knock Devin Hester because his accolades don't add up to what a receiver would be when he just wasn't that at a Hall of Fame level. He was a kick return specialist at a Hall of Fame level. So therefore, you should get
for
that.
The Ravens,
and not only that, this man was a better kick returner than somebody that, completely changed the way we think about the cornerback position, which is Deion Sanders. Statistically, Devin Hester was a better kick returner than him.
But he's getting in over somebody. My problem is that he's getting in over somebody like James Harrison. Like, to me,
James Harrison should be in too. They should. I don't.
They both can get in. They don't
have to get in at the same time.
That nigga Devin Hester should be last, nigga.
No, I don't agree with that.
How are they gonna be last?
No, go look at that list and see the people that's not getting in because Devin Hester's getting in.
Blame the Hall of Fame committee. Blame the Hall of Fame committee.
You can make that argument continuously. At that point, you're gonna say Devin Hester never is gonna make it in if you just keep on saying that.
You know how many niggas played this game at a way higher level? You gotta wait.
You gotta understand. Okay, time out. Time out though. There are a million like James Harrison that were better than him that could be in the Hall of Fame before James Harrison. The point is with Devin Hester, He's one of one, but when it comes to special teams,
one of one.
Terrell Suggs was not better than.
I think it's this.
Terrell Suggs
was not better than James Harrison.
He was not better than James Harrison. You sound
Terrell Suggs was not better than James Harrison in their prime, bro.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. When y'all scream over each other, y'all fuck the content, bro.
But here's the point, though. Here's the point. There's a lot of receivers and stuff that need to be in the Hall of Fame.
This is the third time, not first.
The best special teams player ever is Devin Hester. He's one of one. Period. So if you include special teams in the playoffs, like how they induct the punters and kickers, the first kick returner it has to be Devin Hester. Period. Mm-hmm. That's point blank. There's so many good receivers.
He's a third ballot Hall of Famer.
I'm taking Troy Hawk. I'm taking Roger Craig. I'm taking Reggie Wayne. I'm taking Hines Ward. Man, stop it, man.
Early. The problem with your logic right now is that there will always be a guy that is better than Devin Hester. At that point, Devin Hester never makes it. Like, that's the problem with the logic. He has to eventually make it. He's eventually going to make it over someone that you think is better at a more important position. Devin Hester, this is his third ballot.
You know like,
it's not a first ballot.
Harrison's Super Bowl moment was way better than Devin Hester.
Now we're judging it by moments. We're judging it.
Y'all just gave me a Super Bowl moment and tried to make it seem like should be.
Wait, time out. So my whole thing is this though. Like, why are we? Devin Hester was the best at something.
Thank you.
He was the best returner in the game. Like, I don't understand. Like, most people think he's his peers in the league, most fans, and what he's literally on the stats, like on paper.
Deion Sanders telling everybody that he should be in.
Bro, he's the best returner.
Do with anything.
I think he got the best PR team. I think he has the best PR team ever.
No, he does not.
Okay, I'm talking like this. If you include special teams, you have to. Devin Hester is a Hall of Famer, and y'all might not like this one, but if y'all check his resume for real, Matthew Slater is a Hall of Famer because of special teams.
Yes.
You might not like it. You might not understand it. Matthew Slater is a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame. Get the Hall of Fame away.
You gotta understand. You understand as a special teamer, he's a 10-time Pro Bowler.
So if that's the case, Trent,
and y'all just laughed at me about saying that Harrison was better than
special teams.
Harrison's not better than Suggs.
Look at the resumes.
Yes.
You said
look
what?
at the resumes.
They special teams coach get the Hall of Fame.
Facts.
I don't know. I don't think
he's good enough. Yes.
What you mean? Have we ever seen a special team coach get in the Hall of Fame?
Have we ever seen a special team player get in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, Ray Guy. Punter.
Adam Vinatieri will be. Adam Vinatieri is a special. Adam Vinatieri is a kicker. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Trent Cook with that. That's the coach.
Are you ready? Hey, listen. You ready? So, Hall of Fame special teams coaches that are in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, damn, early.
You lying.
Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh.
Listen.
Wait. Bill Walsh. And wait.
That's what I mean. I got Ethan. I don't think anybody Ethan me, bro.
He asked for special teams coach, so I'm getting another one. You ready?
John Harbaugh's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
You ready for the next one?
So wait.
Chuck, no.
J-Rock, I have a question early and stat. Do y'all think Justin Tucker will be a Hall of Famer?
Easily, no doubt. First ballot.
I think so.
So how is Devin Hester?
I'm not saying he's not a Hall of Famer, bro. I'm not saying he's not a Hall of Famer.
No,
I'm not saying he's not a Hall of Famer.
Now I'm confused.
That's talking about kicking field goals, right? His whole career, he's been legit at doing that, right? Devin Hester had a stretch where he was amazing, and in his later years, he wasn't.
You do realize how hard it is to return.
He didn't do
that. The last 4 or 5 years of his career was struggling to break a record.
No. I'm not jacking what y'all saying because I see 2 punt returners and 2 kick returners that are Hall of Famers. Billy White Shoes Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
6 punt returns in his career for touchdowns. Hall of Fame.
Okay, but what's his...
John Taylor. John Taylor. Nah, I'm not. John Taylor, another returner, Hall of Famer, bro. He only played in the NFL for like 9 years, bro. Went to Delaware State, played for the 49ers. Really, bro. Bro, he literally had some good receiving skills, but bro, his career numbers is not Hall of Fame numbers. It's because he played for a dynasty. It's because he played for a dynasty. He played for a dynasty. Mike Nelms. He played 4 years in the NFL. 4 years. Kick returner. He averaged 20 yards per return for his career in 1981. His second season as a pro, he had 37 returns for 1,100 yards, which was a league high average of pretty much 30 yards return. He was selected to 3 Pro Bowls as a return man. 1980 to 1984 Redskins kick returner, Pro Bowler. Hall of Famer. Rick, after 4 years. Now the other one is Rick Upchurch. The other one is Rick Upchurch, but still, Rick Upchurch, more known for his skills as a return man, because that's what he's in the Hall of Fame as a return man. His total, now before y'all say, well, he was a receiver too. This is his career receiving yards, 200, and he played not 8 years in the NFL. And then also 267 catches, only 4,300 career yards. And then also,
y'all bring it up that Devin Hester later down the year kind of fell off. Just because your career falls off there, that'll make you a Hall of Famer. Because if that's the case,
but he became the greatest. He became the greatest. The reason why he's considered the greatest is literally because he broke the record.
It doesn't matter.
It took him forever.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Bro, we're not going to sit here and act. We're not going to sit here and act like teams were afraid to kick to this man. We're not going to sit here and act like teams were afraid to kick to Devin Hester at all. They were afraid to kick him.
One at a time, yo.
They were afraid to kick to Devin Hester. Of course, it took them longer to get.
They weren't too afraid to kick to him. They kicked to him first play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, which was a mistake.
Yeah, and he took it back.
Y'all screaming over each other. Nobody can hear
me.
Yeah, I just think if you're the best at something, I think it's okay.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying that there's dudes that need to be in before he goes in.
Bro, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer though. So like, I don't know what.
I'm not saying that he's. I know he's not a first ballot. This is like
there's always going to be people over him, so you could just keep on complaining about that every single year. Like,
how long should he wait?
But that's my problem with it though.
You don't want him in at all.
That's people that should be in before him.
But here's my main issue.
Okay, guys.
Hold on, real quick, early. This is my main issue because
say this point because we got to wrap up.
This is my main issue. I guess it's gonna be me because, of course, my pops is a special teams coach. Y'all like devaluing kick returns and punt returns to an extent. Actually, like this is y'all basically. He's the greatest kick returner ever. He lived that 06 season. That one season, 06. Again, like I said, he almost scored the same amount of TDs as the whole offense for the whole season. He was
that one season, bro. Like that one.
You realize how hard it is to return the ball?
One season,
touchdowns every game.
That's what I'm saying. He did it for his whole career. He was a phenomenal.
If we're doing a sympathy Hall of Fame, then my man Sterling Shaw need to be in there. We doing
he should have been the Hall of Fame.
He should have been in the Hall of Fame.
But hold on, Make a Wish, bro. It's the Make a Wish Hall of Fame.
Hold on, it's also hard. It's also hard. Very hard. It's also very hard for receivers to make the Hall of Fame. It's very hard for receivers to make the Hall of Fame. They made Chris Carter wait. They'll make other receivers wait. It's very hard for receivers to make the Hall of Fame, especially
waiting right now.
I think that's crazy, bro. That we gonna put a Devin Hester.
But we not.
Go ahead, Brandon.
But like this, y'all devaluing special teams. We're not out here acting like maybe the most exciting play in football is not a kick return, especially in a very high pressure situation.
If James Harrison is in,
I think y'all are devaluing the degree of difficulty of.
No, bro. It's very hard to be a returner.
If all these names that I feel like should be in before him is in, and it's his turn, then yeah, let him in, bro. But like, I just don't think he should be in over some of the people that was left off. Actually, a majority of the people
say that every year.
That's okay. That's okay. He's entitled to his opinion. Yo, Stat, click that link I sent you in a private chat. But hey, chat, we appreciate y'all for coming on Open Field. We'll see y'all tomorrow on the episode of the Press Box. It's Super Bowl week, so obviously it's gonna be a movie. Super Bowl predictions are coming. I hope y'all got y'all playbooks ready, fellas, because a canary is gonna have to sing, and it'll either be Patrick Mahomes or it might be Brock Purdy. We'll see
We
how
get nasty tomorrow.
You niggas better pray it's Patrick Mahomes.